for sure. We didn't have a good period. That was actually probably one of our worst first periods of the year. And physicality is hard to play against. Like, it's just as a defenseman, if you don't get touched, you make a play going back for a puck, you think immediately jumping up in the play, and just the slightest touch kind of turns you off from it. So it makes a big difference.
Yeah. In your fight, did you feel like that helped tilt things?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I have no idea.
Yeah. How did the conversation go? I mean, obviously he and Fantilli had some back and forth. Just
yeah, it was yes or no question, and he answered yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
What does it say about you guys to come up with a win like this, knowing who's not in the lineup tonight, right? And what happened to Elvis after the first and that type of thing?
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, we've, been in the opposite position going into the third and finding a way to lose them recently and sort of all year. So to have it the other way around and come back against a really good hockey team, beat them in overtime is really nice. It's going to feel good for a very short amount of time. We got to do it again tomorrow.
Gritty seems to be the word that describes you guys, I think, in the last 2 games. Just is that a byproduct of having to pull together like you had to?
Yeah, we're missing some key pieces. And, the game of hockey is inches, and it's small battles all over the ice, angles, stick battles, and whatnot. And you have to win them. You have to come up on the positive side of that every night to give yourself a chance. And for the second and third, I believe we did that.
How impressed have you been by the growth of Fantilli? Just that's a big goal and a big moment there.
Yeah, tonight, you know what? Tonight he was really good, like really good. It's a hard league. I played in it at a young age, and it's very, very difficult to do it. So, tonight you could tell that he had some jam, he had some swagger to him, and he carried the puck very well through the neutral zone. When he's humming and he's going, he's a scalpel through the neutral zone, and he can challenge you pretty quickly, so make you feel uneasy. So we need him to continue doing that.
Seems like some of that post-whistle stuff kind of even fired him up even a little bit more. The more he's here, it feels like we're starting to learn even more about his intensity. How much are you liking to see that stuff?
I wish every game was like that. Yeah. It's way more fun to play games like that. No, it's true. Sure. It's true. The best hockey games to watch for fans are the ones that have that heat to it and that. That will to win, and he did a great job for us tonight. He certainly took the bull by the horns, and stepped up to the plate for that.
For a team that is going through a growing process like you guys are, and you've had so many gut punches, just how big was not only just the goal to get the point, but then to get the win as well, just to get that feeling?
It's huge. The way the season's going right now, you sort of highlight that one and don't forget about it. We've had a few of those. I can go back to the Calgary, Minnesota back-to-back that we had, and you highlight those and you remember that that's how it's done. We could probably erase our first period, as I said, but the rest of the game we did a great job, and that's a very good hockey team with a lot of skill, and it's good to come out with 2 points.
I think the guys responded well. I think Marty did a great job coming in there cold, start the second, and did a great job keeping us in that game.
Yeah. Did you guys step it up physically after the first period? Was that part of what pushed it back the other direction?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, yeah. Obviously, Goody, great fight. Protecting guys on our team. He does that all the time, so nothing new there. But, I think we got a little bit more physical. I think we played in their zone a lot more, got pucks in deep, and we kind of just grinded their D down.
What was Pazzy's message to you guys in that first intermission?
It just wasn't good enough. We knew it. He just, let us know. We got to be better. Can't have a slow start like that, and go from there.
How much was their emphasis just to put pucks on net? Because it looked like he was having kind of a tough night.
Yeah, I guess, trying to get pucks on net was obviously huge. I don't think we had too many shots in the first, but we found a way to find a couple goals and tie the game up late and get a win. But we're definitely trying to shoot the puck.
Given what this team has gone through here, injuries, that type of thing, Elvis going out first period, what does it say about the kind of the grittiness of this team to be able to pull out a win like this?
Yeah, it's great. We got to build off this. Come together as a team. Obviously, we're missing some really key players, some really important players on our team. Most of our captains, actually. I'm thinking about it, but. We got guys stepping in, and they need to play well, and they're given opportunities to play. And like tonight, Gonser, I think we played outstanding tonight. Had a big goal for us, got us going. So that's what we need.
2 out of these 3 games, kind of wild finish. They're in Toronto and here. All 3 of them, you guys have scoring chances. How much do you guys enjoy, playing the Maple Leafs and maybe their style of hockey, your style of hockey matchup?
Yeah. I think 2 games we've had 6 of them, right? And obviously the one game was a little more tighter. It was a 4-1 win for them, but we have offensive players in this locker room and some really talented, skilled players. And if we find a way to be a little better defensively as a team together, and I think we can do some good things.
There are always moments that maybe mark seasons or people's careers and things like that. Fantilli's just starting. That goal that he scores in the third, did that feel like kind of one of those moments that you guys will remember for a while?
Yeah, it's just a great individual effort and got us a point there and tied the game up late in the game there. So I think I've seen him do it once or twice this year. I think he got one on the Ducks same way to start the year. But when he gets his speed going, finds a way to shoot the puck on net, good things are going to happen. He's a great kid. Love playing with him, and hopefully we'll keep building chemistry together.
Take us through your game winner, the OT.
I wish the first one would have went in off the crossbar. It would have been a little bit prettier. But, just a great win by Danny at the face-off dot. And Sevo found me wide open in front, and I just kind of tapped in them to net.
See him step up after your little beef with.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. It just gives you a sense of being welcomed into the locker room. He's obviously a guy who I respect a lot, guy who's taught me a lot since I've been here, so it felt great.
Yeah, and in a larger sense, how much did your team's physicality start to push this back the other direction after a first period? I'm thinking you guys didn't like too much.
Yeah, we came out in the first. I didn't think we were as physical as we could have been, and as the game went on, especially with Goody's fight, kept going and picking away at it, and eventually ended up going in for us.
Yeah, are they one of the teams that maybe doesn't like physicality? Is that how you have to play them?
I don't know. I mean, they're definitely a bit of a more skilled team,
Yeah.
and guys that don't like to be hit as much.
Yeah.
Anytime you take away time and space from good players, they get uncomfortable. So that's definitely the plan every time you're playing against a team like that. So we definitely got to be as physical as possible when playing against teams like that.
How cool did it feel? You guys have stood here and answered questions about blowing third period leads a lot. How good did it feel to sort of go the other direction?
Yeah, it felt great. I know we have it in this locker room, and it felt amazing to see one go the right way.
Take us through your 5-5 goal.
Came kind of behind the net in our zone. Came around, and Johnny, I don't know how he got that puck through. Saw it right on my tape and started the rush. Got around the first guy and just tried to get it through the defenseman's triangle. Ended up going in, so it was awesome.
That was the pass from sort of through traffic in front of. That was kind of risky.
Yeah. For him, no pass is risky.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
Fair.
he's a guy who can make anything look easy. So.
This is 2 out of the 3 games against these guys. A 6-5 final in overtime. Kind of wild games in 2 different ways for both of them. But just, I mean, how much do you enjoy kind of playing that team? It's the team that you grew up probably watching a little bit there in Nobleton. How much fun is it for you to play in the Leafs?
So much fun. I mean, when you go to games as a kid, you dream about being on that ice and playing against those types of players. A lot of guys on that team are guys that I've watched for quite a while now and tried to model my game after, so it's really cool to try and get in that game and have an impact. So it's really cool. It's definitely a dream come true, and it's been a lot of fun.
How electric was the building tonight? Did you hear the back and forth, the Go Leafs Go, and
Yeah,
CBJ
I
chants?
thought that was really cool. Even though I don't like having that many Leafs fans in the stands, they're a fan base that travels, and they're a fan base that's pretty big. So it's definitely cool to see in the environment.
Kind of a unique experience, right? With it was, I don't know if it was half and half, but it sounded like it was. Them going after each other.
Yeah, I mean, I kept hearing "Go Leafs Go" during the anthem, and it was kind of annoying. But but like I said, it's really cool to see that type of rivalry in my own head, and see their fans come out and support them that way. I think it was really cool.
Yeah. How much do kind of some of those post whistle skirmishes and things like that? Those fire you up sometimes. You seem like a pretty intense guy as it is. Does that take it even higher?
Yeah, I mean, I like getting my nose in there and mucking it up a little bit sometimes. I think it gets everybody's juices flowing, gets the game going faster and a little bit more physical. And I think when things start to go that way, it kind of plays in our favor and the way we want to play. So as much as we can do that, that's a lot better for us.
Azzy, how good does it feel to be on the other side of one of these things?
Real good. We got better as the game went on, and I thought in the third we were playing our style and intensity that we need. It got better in the second period, and then in the third we were a good team.
A couple of players mentioned that you had some words for them in between periods, between the first and the second. Can you share any of that?
I just, we're honest and didn't necessarily like the first period, and that's what we talked about. And they know when they're playing the right way, and it was just, I don't want any excuses because of the players that aren't playing. Like we no excuse. We want to compete, and that's what we want to do. So it wasn't. I said that before. I just speak. All I can do is give the roadmap, but they're out there and they're blocking shots and they're taking hits and giving hits and going to the net and forechecking hard. So they responded well.
How much was an increase in physicality a part of your being able to push back and sort of level?
Well,
the
it
ice?
is. I thought in the first we weren't physical enough. But then we got more physical. It's a physical game, so it's got to be part of it. And being physical, it's not only giving body checks, but it's slowing players down. It's taking hits to make plays. That's the physical part, the stick battle. It's all of it.
And Fantilli, did he go to a different level for you tonight in all around?
Well, I thought he was good from the first period. I thought if we had one guy going in the first period, that was Adam. So he's. He keeps progressing, he keeps improving, and he wants to be a key guy at key moments, and we see it. We saw it again tonight. So for a young player like him, there's no fear in his game. There's no fear. Like even if it's more physical, it's a little bit louder. All those components could intimidate young players. It doesn't faze them.
You mentioned this morning. Felt like maybe a budding rivalry type thing, between these teams this year, especially these 3 games. It's a good team across the hall. 2 times you've won 6-5 against them in kind of wild games, different ways. Just how much fun is it to play in those kind of games, and how big is it for your team?
Well, it's good because those games are, I don't want to compare it to playoffs, but it's closer to playoffs because you play so many games against the same team in a short period of time. So there's some kind of a rivalry developing between the 2 teams, and I liked the way we bounced back. So last game we lost, but we had more chances than they did. Played a real good game. We just didn't finish. But tonight we just kept coming back, and like I said, it's from the first to the third period we just kept going. So I'm really happy for them. It's good for us. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about the win, but for them to get some results. Because I keep telling them we're improving, and then at some point you need some result against a good team, trailing from behind. So I know they're excited in the room, and they should be.
Kind of an odd thing out there with so many Leafs fans, but they're going back and forth with the Jackets fans in the stands. In a weird way, do you think that kind of fired your team up as well? Just hearing kind of that back and forth.
I don't know. We want our fans to be louder than the opponents, and they were. I think I'm not sure. We're so focused on ice level. I'm not sure I hear exactly what's going on, but it's a great building here. It's amazing when we get going and they're supporting us like the way they've been always supporting us since I'm here anyway. It's a great building. And it's good to give them back too, like to give them a good win where it was exciting, lots of goals. It's good for the fans. The fight, a lot of fans like it. Some don't, but it was a good game.
You had 12 different guys with points tonight. You had to use both goalies, but all 20 guys, it feels like, stepped in and kind of did their job. And you mentioned you don't want to talk about the guys that aren't there, but just how important is it to kind of have everybody pulling the rope and everybody contributing, especially with those guys being out?
Yeah, we had like mistakes were made on both sides. It's a game of mistakes anyway, so it's going to happen every game. But key mistakes or key plays at key times. So I had a hard time finding the right matchup to play against Matthews. And the first time I tried Gaunt's line, they got scored against. Then I tried them again a little bit later in the game, and they got better and better. And then they were able to do a good job. So I think that was a game changer for us. I know Gudbranson did his job. That's also part of a game changer. The goals we scored, the power play 4-on-3. But for me, having a line that can play against Matthews, they're so dominant. They're great players. But finding a line that could play against those guys, so we could use Fantilli's line and Sillinger's line, and I kept Voronkov against Tavares. It finally worked, and I didn't expect that, but it did. So that's to answer your question. And Spencer in the third period made some key saves for us, so it's a full team effort.
That's where I was going. Elvis goes out, but first of all, what happened to Elvis, and then talk about how Spencer kind of found his footing as he went along there.
Yeah, tough position for him. Elvis got a bug, couldn't continue, but tough position for him. Hasn't played in a while, and then goes against a highly skilled defensive team. But like I said, in the third period, he made some key saves for us.